following contest will be 4 rounds in the heavyweight division. And it will feature, in the blue corner, making his 12th professional appearance, weighing 19 stone from the Czech Republic, MIROSLAV PAVEK! And his opponent this evening, the man facing him across the ring, in the red corner, making his professional debut, weighing 8 stone 5 pounds, from London, England, Harry Armstrong! The referee, Mr. Buckley.
It's a professional debut for Harry Armstrong. Taking on MIROSLAV PAVEK. MIROSLAV PAVEK coming out of Czech. Only won 1 of 11 fights. Big right hand to start off, and PAVEK catches Armstrong.
It's been a long journey for Harry to get into the pro ring, hasn't it? He's got here, so it shows he's got the dedication to take this seriously.
Yeah, it's almost been an 18-month training camp for Harry Armstrong. He's had a couple of medical issues that he had to overcome on his way in, and it took a long process to get here, but he's finally here. He had a couple of disappointments of bouts he was supposed to be on, but it was a good right hand from Armstrong then. Obviously trained at the Don Charles camp down in London.
Yeah, the track record of producing some good heavyweights. They have George Fox, Don Charles' son, Dec Chisora came up there originally.
Yeah, especially big boys. PAVEK's looking for the right hand. He's not coming for the money, PAVEK. Even with his record, I say only 1 win out of 11, but he's certainly looking to land that right hand early on, and again from the right hand through the guard of Armstrong.
PAVEK's only been stopped 3 times. That was 10 losses, so it shows he's tough, because when you're fighting the big men, they do punch very hard.
Just seems a little bit unsettled at the moment, Armstrong. Just like to see him settle down, just get behind the jab a little bit, just establish himself in the middle of the ring there. That's better from Armstrong there, little right hand. That's better from him.
As with many debuts, it sometimes takes a round or 2 for them to get settled, doesn't it? We always say you can never judge someone too much on their debut.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that there. Let's say he's settled a little bit more, his distance a little bit better. Looking for the little uppercut there as PAVEK lent into that. But nice little feints from Armstrong there, trying to draw him out a little bit. And that's a good right hand. Seems to rock the legs of PAVEK there. I think he felt that one. He hasn't come forward quite so quickly this time.
For a man the size of Harry, he moves very well. He's really quick feet. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, moving across the canvas quite nicely. Like you say, for a heavyweight, some of them we tend to find have not been so fleet in the foot, so to speak. But seems to be moving well, Armstrong. Seems to have overcome that first 30 seconds barrage that PAVEK come out with.
Yeah, he's starting to dominate with the jab now. Doubled up nicely there.
He's certainly looking to look with that right hand underneath of PAVEK as he comes in. Just missed with the right hand there. Follows up the left hook. This is much better for Armstrong as he's settled now.
I took a right hand there, going backwards.
It must have been difficult for Armstrong to stay motivated throughout that whole period of things. Obviously, Josh, you've had a pro fight. What was it like in the lead up to obviously your fight? How did it feel in the come up? Did you get nervous? Is that would delays have upset you at all?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard enough to find the motivation for having a scheduled fight, let alone training for 18 months without nothing. Obviously, the benefit of being heavyweight, you don't have to do any weight making, which is half the stress of being a professional boxer if you speak to anyone. So
yeah, that is the advantage of the heavyweights. They can eat what they want, so to speak. These big guys don't have to cut weight to get on the scales. But it's a nice flurry from Armstrong there, looking for body and head. Seems to have put PAVEK in his shoe a little bit, but PAVEK's come back with a little burst there, just back Armstrong up to the corner.
Yeah, he smiled at him. I think it just more glanced and shot, so there's nothing really. Into round 2 of this 4-round heavyweight contest.
So if you was in the corner of Harry Armstrong that round, Josh, what have you been saying to Harry?
I'd say stay on the back foot, work the jab. I think that's where he's had his success. He's got the quicker feet, the quicker hands, so make use of it.
It's good variation. He's going to head, body to head there quite nicely. Seems to be okay. When he's nice behind that jab, nice and settled, he's got some good variation in his punches. Just trying to tap and get PAVEK to throw the shots and looking to try and counter him.
Yeah, he does, as you said, he varies his shots, body and head very well, which you don't see from a lot of heavyweights outside the Tyson Furies and the world school ones like that. It's very rare, so it's a good sign so far.
And the heavyweight scene alive at the moment. Obviously, Tyson Fury's recent win over Deontay Wilder. Obviously, AJ. So the belts are back in the UK. Could we be seeing a future world champion?
You never know.
Dillian White started here in Goodwin boxing shows. He's fought
He
here.
did.
He's up there now, the WBC mandatory.
There's no reason why if Harry Armstrong trains hard, keeps learning, listens to Don Charles, why he can't go really far.
Good little shot there. I like that from Armstrong. Just a little change of angle for the little chopping right hand down onto PAVEK. And good variations again from Armstrong. Doesn't seem to have hurt each other at the moment. No one seems to be rocked to the boots apart from PAVEK took one in the first round. It's a good right hand from Armstrong again, but PAVEK comes forward again. Just looking to wear Armstrong down just to push him back, but good feet from Armstrong.
Yeah, he's tying him up well on the inside as well. He's not letting PAVEK work off, is he?
I think PAVEK's worked out that at distance, medium to long range, Armstrong's got the making of him. So I think PAVEK's trying to get close to try and make Armstrong work. I think he feels a bit safer in close.
He's got a lovely double jab, Harry. He just needs to use that more.
Nice variation there. Threw the right hand upstairs, then turned it downstairs the second time of throwing it. Big bolo right hand there. Just missing past the whiskers of PAVEK. Armstrong's out again in a few weeks' time down in the Plymouth show. Brawl in the Guildhall, April the 10th.
He's brought up a terrific crowd from Plymouth, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah. And to fight, a couple of times in a few weeks is incredible. Nice little uppercut from Armstrong there. Just seemed to stiffen the legs slightly at PAVEK there. Nice little uppercut.
Yeah, it was the first time PAVEK maybe breaking down slightly. Be interesting. If Harry steps up, he might be able to get him out of there.
PAVEK just starting to look a little bit tired now, a little bit heavy on the legs as we come into the end of this second round. Armstrong in full control.
Yeah, just missed the 1-2 there.
Just seems to every shot seems to just sort of knock him a little bit off balance now, PAVEK, which it wasn't doing in the first round.
Harry's been out the ring for a long time, so I think he's just going to get better and better with each round.
Yeah, as the rust comes off. So 18 months in camp must be a nice little
right hand as he came in.
Yeah, a little uppercut just to lift the head, and then a right hand chop down on the top. Just starting to feel his way into this now. Like I say, PAVEK really starting to look heavy legged now. Looking uncomfortable to come to the end of the second round. I don't know if this goes much further, Josh.
I agree.
So as we go into round 3, I'm not sure if it goes much further. Just watching PAVEK in between the rounds there, Josh. He looked very uncomfortable, hands up above his head, trying to get some air into his lungs.
Yeah, he's sunk in some heavy body shots, Armstrong, so PAVEK's obviously starting to feel them now.
Looks a bit heavy on the legs as we come into the third. Just plodding forward now. Not that PAVEK was sliding around the ring in the first round, but certainly seems to be heavier legged as we go into the third and penultimate round. And again, just more of the same from Armstrong. Just want to see more of using those feet. Just really
lovely uppercut there.
And that's where Armstrong's going to get the benefit. That medium to long range he's very good at. He's certainly got the beating of PAVEK at that distance.
I'd like to see Harry maybe start pushing PAVEK back a little bit now, because he's taking the spite out of PAVEK's punches now, so maybe set it on him and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Just start to turn the screw a little bit. So it's good feet from Armstrong, as you mentioned earlier, Josh. Moving around really well for a big heavyweight. Seems to have relatively good speed as well. Nice flicking out the jab. Really looking for that uppercut. It's a shot he's used a couple of times. That left hook to the body. It's a lovely shot.
That was not low.
I wasn't sure if PAVEK was going to go down there. It was a big gulp of air.
I think he was trying to indicate it was a low shot, but no way was that.
We see his belly move. It was definitely it was definitely a good shot. It was a lovely shot from Armstrong. Just changed, just whipped round, got that left hook in past the right elbow. It was an excellent body shot. PAVEK again just coming forward. Armstrong just taking a little bit of a rest there. Just little left hook as they come out. Looking for that uppercut getting from Armstrong. PAVEK trying to hold on for dear life.
Don't think he's fully recovered from that body shot yet.
Again, I think we mentioned in the last round, PAVEK worked out that up close he has a much better chance, much more safer. Trying to tie Armstrong up. He looks very, very tired, PAVEK. Trying to get some energy in his legs, a little jump there, but he looks absolutely spent, Josh.
Yeah, I think if Harry keeps working to the body, I think he'll definitely get him out of there. If he doesn't go headhunting, of course.
Yeah, he's got nice body shots, Armstrong. I'd like to see him just whip that hook round there. But it's a good performance. Nice little right hand to the body there. Uppercut was a bit wild, but I like that little right hook to the body he tried, Josh.
Nice little turn off the ropes there. That's a very experienced pro move, that.
Oh, not right hand from PAVEK, just to remind Armstrong that he's still in the fight. That's the shot, that whipping left hook round past the right elbow, Josh. He's thrown that nice. There's two good shots he's had tonight, Armstrong. The right uppercut and the left hook round.
I think when he's let the jab go also, it's been a really good punch from him.
He's got the height and the long arms, doesn't he, to look like a good jabber.
It's caught the left hook as he stepped out of there.
So again, dominant performance. Apart from the first 30 seconds, it's been Armstrong fight all the way. Just PAVEK jumped on in a little bit early. Not that he troubled Armstrong when hitting that first 30 seconds, if you're just joining us. Nice right hand from Armstrong there. It's been pretty much a one-way street from Armstrong. PAVEK's hanging in there. I didn't think he was going to get through this round, just looking at the start of this round.
Yeah, I think Harry's neglected the body in the second half of the round. I think that's given PAVEK the opportunity to recover.
So coming into the fourth and the final round, heavyweight Harry Armstrong, after 18 months to get here, so far controlled all the fight apart from the first 20 seconds. Be interesting to see in this round, Josh, whether Harry steps on the gas a little bit and tries to get him out of there, whether he's comfortable just to get the 4 rounds after being out for so long.
I'll say, judging by the start, I think he's happy to get the 4 rounds in. I think when you've been out the ring so long, I think every second in the ring makes a difference going forward. So I think I think it's probably a good idea maybe to go the full 4 rounds.
I agree, yeah, get the rounds in. You know, you can spar as much as you like, but nothing replicates fighting. And
100%.
Be good. Nice little double jab from Armstrong again there. Again, use that well tonight. Use both hands well, Harry. Just, you know, it hasn't been one hand dominant. Use that left hand and use the right quite a lot. So it's and variation, like you said, hasn't gone head hunting.
I'm just very impressed by how well he moves for a man of his size. Just don't see that often.
And it'd be interesting to see if he gets a bit of momentum now. Now he can get in. He's back out in a few weeks' time. Left hook from PAVEK there, though, just to keep him reminded. But it'd be interesting to see in the second fight, once he gets a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, during his style reminds me a bit of Nathan Gorman, like the big guys, but can move really well, and that's what's the biggest attribute.
Yeah, it's certainly got the same sort of attributes. To say, moves very well. Nice little hook from Armstrong a little while ago. PAVEK's still in this fight, though. I didn't think he was going to be here on the third round. Nice right hand from Armstrong. I think if Harry really wanted to step it up, he could get him out of there, as I said, but I think he's happy doing what he's doing. And I agree. I think it's the right tactics, to say, being out for so long, just getting the rounds under the belt. Nice movement there from Harry, not getting caught off as PAVEK grades in. Do you think Don Charles will be happy with this performance? Yeah, I think so. I think they were just happy to get over the line and get him in the ring. He's shown some good stuff tonight, Harry, and he's done very well. Is that the right type of opponent as well? PAVEK's the perfect opponent. He's come forward. He's asked some questions, hasn't just covered up, so Harry's been able to get his shots off. It's a perfect debut for him. Nice shot there from Harry. Faked the right hand, just turned a little left screw shot up there. Great little move from Armstrong. So we're coming to the final part of the round now. Again, I'm guessing you're scoring it all the way for Armstrong, Josh. Oh, yeah, 100%. As I said, apart from the first 30, maybe 45 seconds of the first round, Harry's absolutely dominated the fight, so it can be another way. Very, very solid performance from him. Again, still I like the way he's trying to change the angles there. Just trying to step round PAVEK and look for the angles to open him up slightly. And again, looking for that little uppercut. PAVEK just got his head out the way of the jab. Oh, lovely double left hook to the body. Set it up well as well. Got the double jab just beforehand. Oh, great right uppercut as well. Nice shot. So he's very good at that mid-range when he's a bit loose, Harry. When he's throwing just sort of little pot shots like that, it's nice. Like to see him double the shots up sometimes, a little left hook off of that rather than single shot in, but that's only being typical. Excellent performance from Armstrong. Can't agree more. Good performance.
And we go to your referee scorecard. Your winner by a score of 40 points to 36. In the red corner,